It's a common sense recap of the big stories. It's Katz and Cosby on 77 WABC.
And we are back here on Katz and Cosby, and joining us now is Miranda Devine of the New York Post. And Miranda, I can't wait to get your reaction also about the Mark Cuban comment about women and Trump. You also talk about how Kamala Harris and the Dems can't lead the country if they hate half of it. But now they expanded it because Mark Cuban, who's a Kamala Harris surrogate, says Trump women are essentially dumb, stupid, and weak. I forgot about that, too. Your reaction, Miranda?
Yeah, hi, Rita and everyone. Look, Mark Cuban is so off beam. He really has no emotional intelligence. You can tell that from his pronouncements, and this is just one of them. It's sort of a piece with the rest of Kamala Harris, Joe Biden, and the campaign's message to the American public, which is that if you vote for Donald Trump, if you like Donald Trump, then you are somehow deficient. You're morally deficient, you're stupid, you're weak. If you're a woman who votes for Donald Trump or likes Donald Trump, there's something suspect about you. That is so deeply offensive and sort of anti-human that I think it only hurts them. You have Donald Trump out there. He's, dare I use the word joy, but his rallies, his entire campaign is joyful and funny and just full of beans. He turns Joe Biden's nasty garbage comment calling, Trump supporters, basically half the country, probably more, of Americans as garbage. He just turned that into a joke and a meme. He's wearing a garbage collector's vest. He's in a garbage truck. It's hilarious. It's funny. It's pointed. It's absolutely genius branding. And that's what they are so outclassed by Trump and his sort of marketing electoral genius. He actually likes people. That's at the core of it. And I don't think that you can be president of this country if you are scared of the public, if you are haughty and look down your nose at them, which is kind of the whole affect of the Democratic Party, especially Kamala Harris with her haughty nasal tone.
Ed Cox.
Yeah, Miranda, whether President Trump is smiling out of a McDonald's window with the apron on, or if he's smiling from a garbage truck, he is having fun in this election now. I think he understands he's on the path to a good win, and he's enjoying the ride.
Look, I hope so, because I would never say that the game is over until all the votes are counted, and we know how good the Democrats are at counting votes. So while it certainly feels like the momentum is with us, and I also just to add a note of caution, Byron York, who is just a phenomenal journalist, has done the work that I wish I had actually done, which is he's gone to a number of Kamala Harris rallies, and he says, and I trust him because he's just a good, straightforward journalist, that the sort of love for her, the excitement is there just as much as there is at a Trump rally, and she's getting big numbers. So I think we need to be pretty sanguine about that fact. There are a lot of people, a lot of Democrats who are very relieved that Joe Biden is not their candidate, and so they've transferred that relief onto Kamala Harris. And to me, I think to most Republicans, to all Republicans, she just seems like the worst dud candidate you could ever have. But to these Democrats, they've poured all their hopes and dreams into her, and they've created a sort of a caricature of a person because she's sort of an empty vessel. She lends herself to that.
Ed Cox.
Yeah, Miranda, Kamala Harris seems to be able to avoid serious questions, but there's one question that I think she gave an eager answer to, and that was about packing the Supreme Court. What did you think about that answer?
Oh, right. I mean, that's a great point, because it goes to her really radical politics. She wants to pack the Supreme Court. She wants to allow transgender operations for illegal migrants. She wants to give illegal migrants free health care and things that are not available to most Americans. She is absolutely radical. She will throw the whole electoral college into disarray. She will want to have more states join the union that are going to be, basically Democrat. She is a radical, and packing the Supreme Court is just the beginning of it. Defunding the police, all of it. She's pretending now she's a wolf in sheep's clothing. She's pretending to be a moderate, to be a unifier. I really hope the American people see through it, because Joe Biden promised the same things when he took office, and he was the most divisive, I think even more divisive than even Barack Obama, the most divisive, spiteful, vindictive president we've had. And I think Kamala Harris, with her real dark, revolutionary, radical politics, will be even more divisive.
I think the $64 trillion question is, whom do you trust? Trump to keep your border closed, or Harris to keep the border closed? And vote your conscience.
Such a great point, because we know, all the lies and demonization about Donald Trump doesn't work, because it was not so long ago that he was president for 4 years, and none of the things that they say he will do, he did. So, did he just pretend not to be a Nazi and a fascist for those 4 years, and he's suddenly going to be one? It's ridiculous. And whereas we know also all too well the last 3 and almost 4 years of the Harris-Biden administration, with Kamala Harris as the border czar, we know what happened. We're living it. We're suffering it. We're suffering the economy. We're suffering the illegal alien invasion. So it's just a really hard sell. You've got to ask people to suspend reality and pretend they don't feel what they actually feel.
And in the Trump's administration, inflation was negligible, and the economy was going well, and real wages were going up. That's a heck of a record compared to what the Biden-Harris record is.
100%. And not only that, on foreign policy, the world was not on fire like it is now. Under Donald Trump, there were no new wars. He had Iran on its knees and broke, not paying proxies to attack Israel. You had Kim Jong-un, North Korea was in its box. Vladimir Putin was in his box. He was not invading countries like he was under Barack Obama and Joe Biden. Everything was calm, and people remember that. And so you can lie in their face as much as you like, but I think in the quiet of the voting booth, they're going to say, no, I remember what it was really like, and I don't really trust you guys to tell me the truth.
Yeah, there is Spin Central.
And it's a secret ballot.
Absolutely. Vote your conscience. Vote who you think will keep you safe. Miranda, thank you very, very much.